Welcome to Six Pack Cinema's Talking Terrors. We got a special double episode for you guys. We're doing double the episodes of The Terror, and I got double the co-hosts because Sheehan decided to ditch the baby for a night and talk with us.
Okay. We're all back together. It's
talk
nice.
About terrors. How's your new?
She is a terror from the hours of 8 to 8.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Nice.
I can't wait for her to have words, and she can tell me why she's crying.
Oh,
yeah, that would be nice.
Just to fuck with you, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sorry that we missed last week, the people that are listening to these and watching the show. But you know what? I was really busy. It's my fault. But episode 4 didn't really warrant its own discussion review. Nothing really happened.
Not really. I think we're just going to talk about episode 4 for like 5 minutes and then get to all the good shit that happened in episode 5.
Yeah, so to refresh you guys, episode 4, the bear attacks, and we get to see it for the first time, which we have to get into. Won't go into right now. It like tore 2 people in half and then put them back together. So everyone's like, "Oh, okay, this thing's just fucking with us now. It's smart. It's not just a killer." Then, what was the other big thing that happened? Crozer.
Oh, Hickey went out to capture the Lady Silence.
Yeah, so Hickey goes out, and Hickey's the gay one, who we thought was kind of going to be a hero, and now it kind of seems like maybe he's a dick. He went out to capture Lady Silence, and we can get into why, but it brings her back. He gets lashed for it as a boy, punish him as a boy, which I guess boys get lashed to the ash, and men get lashed to the back, is it? I don't know.
Yep. I think so. I think it's something about like the humiliation of like showing your like ass and your balls out there as you're getting whipped.
Yeah. So by doing so, Crozier lost respect of all the men. His sink is shipping, and the Erebus isn't. So they needed volunteers to get off of his ship because it needed to lighten the load, and all but 10 men volunteered, like, yeah, we'll get the fuck out of here. Crozier sucks. He just whipped that guy to shit. So that was episode 4. That's really all it was. Episode 5, we get another bear attack, we learn its name, Takput?
Tanuk?
I don't know. Something weird.
They mentioned it in the first episode, too.
Oh,
when
really?
They did that when it first started, and they had the flash forward.
Yep. Yeah. So Ed Crozier's a full-blown alcoholic. We learn in this episode 5.
Disagree.
Okay. That's going to be a hard sell, but...
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know how you
get to that.
Okay.
Good Sir's communicating with Lady Silence.
Yep. And then we get another bear attack, and we have someone that finally survives a bear attack, but they light the bear on fire and shoot it. It still survives. Which we know because the very first episode tells us everyone dies and the bear was seen alive chasing them. Yet this series is done so well that we're still so like into how and why. And I forgot, like, oh, we know the bear survives.
Well, okay. Can I just say pause on this one? I've been listening to the past 3 episodes, and the fact that you keep calling it a bear drives me crazy. It's a spirit. It's a spirit, man.
A spirit doesn't have skin and flesh and bone.
It takes
it's like a spirit in a bear. We can take the middle road here because that's literally what it is.
I'll give you like beast or like monster.
It's not real. It's not. It's you can shoot it. You can piss it off, but it's not going to die. It's not going to die.
It's definitely real. They can see it.
No, it's real, but it's like kind of almost supernatural. Like it's not.
Oh, it's definitely supernatural.
You can't kill it.
I'll give you mythical beast.
Okay, agreed.
But it's a spirit is like a ghost.
Jimmy will describe it as every time he brings it up. The mythical beast.
And
let's just call it beast. Let's call it beast.
Yeah, beast for short. That's fine with me. But it's not like a spirit. A spirit is you can't see it. You can feel it. Like it's
like Slimer and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Okay. No, we agree. Mythical beast. Okay, moving on.
I mean, that's basically it. That's the episode. Let's. You want to break it down by character first?
Yes.
Let's go Crozer, Hickey, Beast, or whatever order you want to go into. Let's go Crozer because I'm interested in how you could possibly say is not an alcoholic.
Okay, well, let's just put in...
That's episode 5. Let's talk episode 4.
Let's just mix them all into one.
Yeah, this is all one thing here.
Yeah.
All right. He is I mean, put yourself in his shoes. I mean, we find out that the only reason why he is there is because this little tease back home says, "Hey, why don't you go on this boat and keep my uncle in line?" So he didn't want to be there. He's the only person who really just is there for the wrong reasons. They're stuck, and he's been in the Arctic before. He knows they are fucked. There's mountains coming out of nowhere of ice. It's not thawing anytime soon. Guys are being eaten and torn apart, literally put back together again with their body parts. So there's a mythical beast monster hunting them down, and you have a room full of alcohol. Why not?
So yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. But you're giving us reasons to why he has become an alcoholic. That doesn't say he's not.
Yeah.
No, I think he's just drunk. I think he's on.
He's just a bender. Situation. He has a very shitty situation, so I would drink in that situation too. Mm-hmm. But he's still an alcoholic for drinking in that situation.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would. He lasted longer than I would have. My god.
But he's still the captain, and
by default, because the real captain got eaten.
Well, and even before this episode, there were hints throughout the series that he's a known alcoholic. Like when they say he'll give a drink to anyone so he can drink with them. And in the officers meeting in the first episode, he's the only one drinking. Everyone else is drinking water.
Okay, fine. So, sure, he may have a problem back home, but I think in this instance, I do not fault him at all. And I think he actually chose the right course here. Just enjoy it while you got it.
Well, I think his men surely think he's choosing the wrong course, and they're starting to not trust or be around him at all because of it, which is clearly, it comes to a head in the 5th episode, and it takes him witnessing. I think it's the first time he witnessed the beast attack.
I think so too, yeah.
And it took him to finally witness it for that scene at the end where, I don't know the actor's name, James something, but that was really good, where he's like, the only way I can get better, I have to give the reins. All he ever wanted was to be captain because all his ideas were correct. And it's coming to a point where he's failed so bad that the only way he can be a good captain is to say, I'm not captain anymore.
Yeah.
That's like, and it's such a wild turn because I felt like the first few episodes built him up to be that one that once he gets control, he would like kind of start to put things together, and like we all just kind of assumed he wouldn't get control until too late in the season and do anything about it. But it was like episode 3, he becomes the captain, and by episode 5, there's like, if he didn't step down, there would have been a mutiny.
Yep. So do you think he's going into a sobriety week willingly, or because they ran out of whiskey? Because he gave the last bottle of whiskey to his buddy who got his leg amputated.
No, there were 2 bottles and he had 1 left.
Yeah, I think there's more. I think he understood what happened once he saw it, and it was really funny when he grabbed that bottle and gave it to Blanky, who is skyrocketing up my favorite characters, passing Good Sir, I think, after this episode.
Yeah, Good Sir is kind of he's sinking down a little bit for sure.
Good Sir and Crozier, both of these characters who were like the pinnacles, are dropping like flies.
But when he gave the bottle of whiskey to Blanky, he was like, "Here you go, have some," thinking like it was killing him to give away a little bit of his whiskey to someone else. And Blanky says, "Pour a shot for everyone." Crozier's like, "You son of a bitch, I'm gonna take your other leg." I love
just the subtle, like the camera panned slightly over to Crozier when he said that, and just the look on his face.
Yeah, it was really good. I love the line. I became more attached to Crozier than I was already when he said, I'd put a bullet in my head before I drank gin.
Yeah. And also,
I hate gin. I'm with him. Whiskey forever.
I'm a big gin guy. Huge gin guy.
I mean, I like gin, but whiskey's better.
Huge gin guy.
I literally put a bullet in my head before I drank gin.
You know what I loved about that whole scene? And whenever you see actors play drunk people, they always do the same old, sloppiness and everything. I loved how, I mean, we've all been there when you're drunk and you like realize you have to sober up now. You shouldn't be drunk right now. And his eyes were like fighting to be open. He's like, just really struggling in the moment, but you can tell he's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck the whole time. I loved it. Yep. He nailed it. The panic drunk.
Yes. My favorite drunk scene in any show or movie ever is Milk, and James Broden in Milk. Have you ever seen that scene?
I have. I don't remember.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, great
Good
description.
talk.
Let's go to Hickey.
All right,
Are we-
Hickey.
Are we fans of Hickey anymore? Or
No,
do we
I feel
think
like-
he's now villain.
I think he's going to be the main human villain.
He got real full of himself because he shared a drink with the captain. And he thought like, oh, I'm the king of shit around here because we're Irish and we're buddies, and I'm going to do what I want to do. And yeah,
just
Crozier
didn't
nipped
know.
that in the bud. He nipped it
Oh, yeah.
real quick. As a boy,
I think he was.
Well, hey, let's set the scene a little bit. So after the bear attack, where they realized the beast was fucking with them, Hickey took a couple of guys and went out to get Lady Silence because the crew's getting all superstitious that she's controlling the bear. So he brought her back. Crozier, not a fan. Questions them, gives the two other guys like 10 lashes each, and then gives Hickey 30 as a boys, like we said earlier.
I think that as a boy is telling, because I think maybe Crozier even knew, like Hickey kind of came off as a young child. He heard all these guys, men, talking about this superstition, and he thought, oh, I'm going to be a hero and go get this lady and drag her back. He took it so seriously. He's like, he didn't even understand why Crozier was mad at him. He's like, what do you mean? I did what everyone wanted. Because he kind of has like a childlike dumbness to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I also think Crozier took it out harder on him because he kind of sees a little bit of himself in him. Because if you think about it, they're both Irish and like hated upon a little bit for that. What was the other thing I was thinking the other day? Hickey technically did like a form of mutiny by running off to get Lady Silence, where he was going to do that in episode 2 or 3 if Sir John didn't die. So I think he kind of sees like Hickey as like a younger version of himself.
I thought he was just trying to do the old Herb Brooks authority by like frightening them, like scaring them into respecting him, and it just completely backfired.
No, I think that he had to gain control of the situation because he's an old-time military man, and there's one thing you have to have no matter what, even when everything's falling apart around you. You have to have ranks and you have to have order. And Hickey went way out of line, and you have to reel that in, or you're going to lose control real quick. But
he lost control in that punishment.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
he went too far.
No. I don't think he didn't lose control. He lost the morale because he gave these guys an option. It's like, hey, you can be here, you can be there, and of course they left, obviously. But yeah, not a single person is going to leave that boat if he tells them not to.
Okay, so he gained the authority, but lost the respect.
What you need, when you're running a whole ship like 2 ships, you need to have. You don't want friends. You want people who listen to you.
Okay, I
think there's a certain point to that. Like, there's only a certain point where that's acceptable. I think he pushed them too far in this, because you see in the next episode, the officers are even like considering a mutiny.
I think that's more the alcohol, not more than the lashings.
I think if you don't have the officers and you don't have the men, you're fucked.
I think it's a mixture because he went out and did this crazy whipping and punishment, then went and got drunk for the next foreseeable future and never did a meeting with the other officers. So it's like, dude, where are you? What's going on? And it's the alcohol and like so yeah, he definitely was losing the respect of almost everyone. And that's why that end scene was really good. Because like I said, the only way he could be a good captain was by not being captain anymore. That's fucking tough for a guy who all he wanted to do was be captain.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bear scene. The next attack.
I got a big gripe with that scene. It's the timing of it. It was a real serious moment, and then commercial break, and then commercial break came back, and it's like, oh my god, it's the bear attack.
I don't watch commercials.
Oh yeah, no, I watched it online, so there's no.
Yeah, no, it was a disaster of timing. So
I think the sound design and like the setting for like think of the setting, it's just white everywhere, and I think they do a really really good job with it. Like I thought it was really well done because you don't know what's going on. Like what is he's climbing the pole. The bear itself, the beast itself, is the worst done thing of this whole series for me, to the point where I think it looks like a juvenile in comparison to the rest of the show. It looks like a snowman with claws.
I like that it looks like that. I like that it looks so out of place that it kind of fits, that the men are seeing this and they're like, what the fuck? It's all mismatch and doesn't seem real.
I get it, but I just need the head to not look friendly.
See, we've been through, anytime you watch a big monster movie, everyone gets upset, like, oh my God, they showed it. Because no matter what they show, it's never going to live up to your expectations of what's going on in your own brain. So I think showing it is a mistake in general, but if you show it, I don't care like what it looks like. I mean, it's what it's doing that's the issue. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't fault them too much. I don't fault them too much on how shitty it looked. Because it looked like just a polar bear that stares at a computer screen too long and gets a big hump in its back.
And with a snowman face.
Well, the face looks better the second in episode 5. Episode 4 was ridiculous.
4 was bad. I think it looks bad in 5 too, because it's like does that growl, like, and leans forward, and it's a snowman.
I forgot about that. That's amazing.
Maybe
I like that they didn't have budget for like an amazing CG bear though, because I think they would have shown the bear more if it looked good. And this is kind of like the Jaws effect, where you didn't have you don't have the technology there to actually portray it great, so they use a lot of tension and just set things up.
I mean, yeah, it's really well made, so I'll give him that. But I think the bear, for me, it takes me out every moment. I'm like, that's the thing?
You gotta let that go, man. You're gonna ruin it for yourself.
Yeah. It looks weird.
I know you're saying you're right. It doesn't live up to the hype. It doesn't live up to the hype of like the fear that they put in the first 3 episodes. Like the mystery behind it and mystique and like the aggressiveness doesn't match up for sure.
Yeah.
But let it go.
What did you think about the title of this? Did you guys know the title of the episode while watching it?
I did. And when they said the line, I was like, oh, hey, they said the thing. Like, it was such like clearly like when Family Guy has that joke where he's like, oh, they said the name of the movie.
What was it again?
It was First Shot a Winner, lads. But in my dumb brain, I knew the title. So then I saw them loading the cannon. I was like, oh, shit, they're going to kill this thing. First shot, they're going to get it. And then he said it, and then they got it, and then it like ran away. And I was like, oh, yeah, we already know that the beast is like the last remaining thing alive.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, they're going to kill the captain in the 3rd episode. They're going to kill the beast in the 5th episode, and the rest is just going to be human drama. And then I was like, oh, never mind. I'm dumb.
That's pretty great.
Did we talk about Hickey fully? Because
I think we did.
He's kind of turning into a dick more.
Yeah, he's very unlikable now.
Did you notice the callback to episode 1 when he handed the ring to that guy, to his like ex-lover, to try and get him to eavesdrop?
What was the callback? What happened in episode 1?
It wasn't a callback. It was just the ex-lover showed up again.
No, the ring is from episode 1. The guy who died of like the disease that was coughing up blood. The last thing he said to Good Sir was, "Give my ring to my sister." Good Sir forgot to take the ring off. And then they were burying that dude in the grave, and Hickey jumped down into the grave and pocketed something. They showed us that.
And back then you thought he was being good because he wanted to make sure it was covered. It was under the guise of being covered. You know, so it's like, oh, he's a good guy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
what a piece of shit. I didn't connect that.
Yeah, that's why Hickey was supposed to be this good guy, and now it turns out he's kind of a scuzzbag.
Oh, yeah, he is. This is like the reverse Steve from Stranger Things.
So that was interesting, and that shows like good filmmaking, that they're like keeping all these things tied together.
Yeah, for sure. I think the only thing we really haven't talked about though is the food poisoning. So
yeah, PETA, they're gonna come for this show's butt. Killing monkeys.
Please, that monkey doesn't. That's the first thing you eat, man.
You know what?
Seriously.
It's Captain Franklin's monkey. So in this episode, Crozier stole all his leftover booze from his personal stash, and now Good Sir is poisoning his monkey. So what's left in Franklin's honor?
What happened to his dog that was in the first couple episodes? I haven't seen that in a while.
Didn't that run off?
I don't know.
I thought I saw it running off into the snow. I don't know.
All right, no, I was wondering if they ate it already.
Getting close.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the close up? Did you see the close up of the can that he opened up?
Yeah, it looked gross.
Yes.
Yeah, they're fucking welding it shut with lead.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had that conversation because he was freaking out about the lead water tank.
Yep.
The other doctor was like, "Oh no, it won't affect water." So, did you guys notice that when the Lady Silence was gone, that was what she had rolled up into balls, was the lead in the can.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. What did we think about the Lady Silence scene? I guess that's a big scene in the episode we haven't talked about. Good Sir has said like kindness works, like she responds to kindness, and Crozier just no tact at all because he's kind of just a drunken asshole at this point, just screaming at her, like not does it hurt you because they think she controls it. When then they're like, no, she's just kind of as scared as we are. It just respects her for some reason.
But I see the point of view because they don't see her being scared. They see her being scared of them, and ever since she's been in their lives, they've been getting eaten. So it makes sense. It checks out like why they're freaking out and like upset with her. But we know as the audience, we know the more full picture.
But I feel like you got to listen to Good Sir. You asked him to try and befriend this woman, and
no, you don't. He's an outsider entirely, man.
I thought it was a good scene when Good Sir said, like when Good Sir said to Crozier, she responds to kindness or something like that, or patience or something. Mm-hmm. I think that was a line that was more expansive than that situation. Like that's a callback to the whipping and just in general, his like harsh, I'm not going to be your friend demeanor. Kind of like in this situation, we kind of need a little bit of a friend, pal. Like, don't just be authoritative.
I took it as a non-military man taking a very rational approach to things, as opposed to a guy who was losing control of everything and needing to fix it right away.
I think it can be a little bit of both.
Yeah, no, it can be, sure.
I still think he should have listened to Good Sir because he was the one, like he said, thank you for being our like ears over there. Tell me what you know. Like, yeah. I feel like it was implied off screen he had asked Good Sir to do that.
Yeah, but Good Sir, he's got to wake up and just read the room. Stop trying to get a dictionary, man. Like, sure, have your conversations, be pleasant, do what you want to do. Maybe not brag about your dictionary because nobody wants to hear that.
Fair.
Yeah. So what do we think's to come?
So
Dave,
before
don't tell us.
No. I don't know if I can compare the book to the show anymore because shit is just so far different. Not different, but things are happening in like a wonky order. Things that seem like they're going to have huge impacts haven't happened in the show yet, but the show is also farther in some aspects. So I have no idea how it's going to
Can we talk about, like, I read up on the actual history of it. Can we talk about something that's going to come that we know? Because we only know about 15% of what actually happened. Based on
you gave me the rundown when we talked the other day. Do you want to give it for our listeners, Sheehan?
Am I allowed to say what I know is going to happen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the real life thing, not the book.
History tells you that when they actually found body remnants in the snow, and they're hacked up with like saws and knives. They eat each other.
Oh,
cannibalism's on its way.
Nice.
Oh
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, Donner's Lake situation.
Yeah. So they found the body parts in 96 or 94. So yeah, that's fucked up, man.
I'm still fingers crossed that we get to see some more Eskimos. Dave keeps telling me we're not gonna.
I don't think we are.
I don't think we will. But they play a huge role in history. Like I guess they boarded the ship. They just like, oh yeah, everyone left. This is ours now, and they like lived on the ship for a while.
Oh, we're definitely seeing more Eskimos then.
No, this is after that.
That was like years later.
Yeah, because I mean I don't think that area thawed out for like 100 years.
I'm holding out hope. I want more Eskimos. Very, very intrigued by their culture.
Oh, fun fact about Eskimos going on in the show. You guys, I can't watch the show without subtitles. I'll admit that.
Yes.
You guys are reading the subtitles every time they say Eskimos.
They spell it so weird.
Bad. There's like 3 or 4 different ways they spell it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. at first I thought it was just like an old timey spelling, but then I noticed it was changing every other time.
It's like a different person transcribing it each week.
Yeah. Well, do you think it has anything to do with how that character says it, like Eskimo?
No, because Crozier, I've seen spelling come out of his mouth two different ways: the EAUX and then the KO.
Oh, I love the French spelling.
Right? Sounds a little more classy.
Dignify the Eskimos a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's about it. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No. All I'm going to tell you guys before we wrap it up, though, is I read some before we started this because critics got the entire season. So I read some season-long reviews that weren't like spoilerish, but a common theme was the first 5 episodes are super boring and slow, but it's all just setting up for when it gets wild.
Really?
So how crazy do you think it's going to get?
Oh, is there going to be like a battle between the two ships?
I have no idea.
They just fighting each other?
Oh, fuck.
That'd be fucking wild. Oh.
That would be insanely dumb.
Because I feel like the show's been
dumb. No, come on, man. What are you gonna do? They're just two. They're gonna turn into 2 different clans. Oh, yes.
Yes, that'd be dumb of the people there, not of the show writers or whatever. Like interesting.
Okay. It'd be very exciting to watch.
Yeah. All right. Maybe. I think just more Eskimos for me. Show me Lady Silence's mom and sister.
Do you think the introduction of more mythical beasts?
No, I think there's only one.
Only one? Okay.
Yeah, I think that.
I'd like to. I think I'd like one to come up from under the ice.
Well, I would have liked if they killed this one, and then it was just back again next week, and they don't know if it's a new one or if they don't know if it's a mythical beast.
No, let's do 3. Okay, so we get the monster polar bear. That's the land. Let's do like a zombie squid coming up through that hole, sucking people down. And what the hell? Let's throw in like a freaky eagle.
No, I want none of it.
No,
come on.
That sounds like the Super Friends of like Eskimo mythical.
Yeah, Eskimos. They're totem poles, man. It's all about the water, the land, and the air.
Should we give Dickhead second in command, Fitzjames, some love? He kind of
he's winning me over.
Yeah, he's coming back to being normal, like
yep.
and nice. So and he has what he wants for a little bit. You think he's going to start slipping some whiskey into Crozier's like water, like keep him drunk?
No, I don't think so.
He's experienced enough to know they might not even be alive by the time Crozier.
I don't think he's even drank. Is he like one of those Mormon types that doesn't drink?
Yeah, no. They made a point of it in the first episode that Crozier was the only officer who drank.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Fitzjames was humbled by that scene at the end and kind of like put his perspective in the right place, where he was an arrogant prick at the beginning, and now he's seen the carnage. He's seen that he had to accept that he was on the wrong side of Franklin's plan. Like he backed,
and he did accept it though.
Yeah, and he did. So now he's done like a full like coming of age life cycle as a leader, and now he has his chance. I think we'll see him do well. Me
too. I think he's going to be who we all thought Crozier was going to be.
Except they all die, so he doesn't do that well.
Well, they're already fucked.
Yeah, it's too late. But I mean,
all right, we'll come back. We'll come back next week, hopefully in a more timely fashion.
Yeah. Hopefully get these to you the day after, 2 days after at the latest.
Yeah. We'll try. We'll do our best.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Sounds good, guys.
Terra.
Terra.